And there are two things the next speaker doesn't like at all: sitting still or being indoors. He loves to be out in the nature, and he's a forest biologist and a wood technologist with expertise in sustainable urban development. He also serves on the board at Pådriv Oslo, and that's a new structure for collaboration for circular development between academia, the business, private business, and the public sector. So please welcome Åsmund Bunkholt. Thank you. You can start right away.
Thank you very much. I usually take my jacket off when I speak, but now I'm going to take the shirt off. And you probably see why. So, I'm Åsmund. As you just said, I'm also, or in addition to being a managing director in Trefokus and on the board at Pådriv, which I've been started together with some friends, I'm also an assistant professor at the Technical University in Trondheim and the University of Life Science at Ås. But today I'm going to tell you about Pådriv, a very compressed story in 10 minutes or something like that. Which started some years ago. Pådriv is, first of all, for people. It's open for everybody, whether you're a managing director or you're a regular individual or whatsoever. So it's open for everybody, as long as you want to then be a partner and do something about sustainable circular urban development. If not, then you're not welcome. Or a little bit tough said, but still. We have the organization Pådriv. It was then formally organized in 2019, and just now we have 45 different partners. And as you see here, many logos. Some of them are very big, like Obos, which is a builder. Some of them are very small, a one-man company. We have the Church of Oslo with me, and the municipality. So of course, architects, designers, and entrepreneurs, and whatsoever. It's all based on equality, just like UN, one nation, one vote. It's like here as well. Our question is, how can we, in a better way, solve these wicked problems? Because what you are dealing with is rather wicked. What's happening in other places in towns, very wicked. And we also ask the question, how can we break those silos? Universities are completely silo-based, the same with the municipalities. How can we break them down and try to co-create something to help ourselves and help the cities? This question was also stated on a conference in 2015, and several of the founders of Pådriv were there. We were very frustrated. We said to each other, they're talking, their plans and strategies, but what the heck are they doing? Nothing. I said to very pinpointed, but still. So we said, okay, let's do something. Let's go to action. So we started then the development of Pådriv and the method. And actually, we were a part of the national program for design-oriented innovation, which helped us very much designing this method, which I'm going to show you a little bit more about. And then we actually started the pilot in Hovindbyen. That's 11 square meter kilometer, 11 kilometer square meters. Totally, it's a big area, transforming the whole valley or part of a valley in Oslo, actually. So we started the pilot. Now we're far beyond the pilot. Now we're operating in Oslo in totally. And we have then, until now then, the method is called 1717 infrastructure. And you probably know the SDGs as good as I do. And as you see here, the target 1717, this is all about. We are mixing public, private, the civil society, university, so that we all, on a kind of a new neutral base, can work together and get effect of what we want to do in the cities. It can also be applied in a municipality. So it can be a tool for cities and municipalities to handle those wicked problems, big or small, psychological or physical. There's no limits what this methodology can be used for, actually. And the work in progress is easy. As you see, we have the goals, whether they're global, national, in the city, or in a municipality, or in a neighborhood, actually. So it can be applied on several levels. We have to prioritize, of course, as always, and we have to put in things in action. Like you showed us, you have to do it. So we are very eager on doing things. No planning, you don't need that. Just do. And why is that possible? Because we have developed some core principles in this methodology. All what we are working with are aligned with the goals for Oslo as a city. That are democratic things that are put in as goals. Okay, we want to be part of that democratic goals, and we work for them. So that's easy. We also are very eager on place-based, geographically, concrete, neighborhood, a garden, a meadow, I will show you one, or whatsoever. So place-based, open for everybody, very important. Collective and equal ownership, very, very, very important. And action-oriented, okay, so that's because of the place-based, so it's action-oriented as well. And open source. We share whatever, we share bad experience, good experience, we share economic models, business models, whatsoever. So sharing open source is a very important part of this. So, then to a couple of, or 3 or 4 examples. This is a meadow. It's a green area close to the church. Unused, I would say, it's a path through the area. Most of the greeneries here are blacklisted. So we started some years ago, had a bunch of youngsters. We had the project leader, a master student from the Life Science University, and they established then, due to this project, together with Pådriv and the church and municipality, what we call a neighborhood garden, a big area in this meadow where we are growing either flowers or vegetables, fruits, apple trees, whatsoever. So for growing and for just having fun or just sit on a bench and relax. So several purposes with this project. This is a totally different project. There are lots of both religious organizations and not religious organizations in Oslo. So Pådriv actually gathered them in open invitation. Anyone who wants to come here and hear what I think, you think about something. And it has been a very interesting experience to get so very different people together. So now the plan is to try to get an own home or a house for these organizations where they can meet, discuss thematic things, sustainable urban development things, or just personal things. So trying a meeting point for different religions and not religious people. That's very interesting, I can promise. In Norway, there has been very much talking about the reuse of materials. You mentioned, or several mentioned the reuse of materials. And once again, at least until very recently, much plans, much talking, and also very much acting. So Pådriv then decided, okay, let's do something. And here you see a big building tent. It's 5,000 square meters. And long story short, one of our partners, Resirkel, was working with Statsbygg. This is a state builder in Norway, the biggest builder in Norway, all over. And they had a big project in the center of Oslo. Of course, in the process in that project, the tent had to go away. So they said there were 2 possibilities: either throw it away, or see are possibilities to reuse this one. So Statsbygg, Resirkel, and Pådriv sat down, discussed. We went to the municipality and said, okay, we need 10 acres here to put up a tent on 5,000 square meters. And of course, negotiations and things takes time. But anyway, now it's established. We started, I think it's approximately 2 years ago. And this is now one of the biggest hubs for used materials, building materials in Europe. So that's fascinating. Our ambition, and as I say, it's a very hairy ambition, is that used building materials should be the first choice in the building industry. So we're not there yet. It's a long way to go. Okay, last example. And once again, totally different. This is Oslofjorden, which is here. Looks nice. It's almost dead. I mean, when I was young, I could fish all the fjord long. Now it's no fish. And the bottom is partly dead. There has been, I don't know, for 20 years, actions to do something, but without coordination. So we have fortunately not given any effect. And it's wicked because you see the light red area here. That is 121 municipalities, which are the precipitation area for the Oslofjord. That means what the farmer does or not does here have big consequences here. We know that some of these ski destinations, they let the sewage straight out in the river. And what's very funny here is that the same people have a cabin here, putting sewage down here, and they have a cabin here getting their own sewage back. So that's cool. And that's the wake-up call for those people. Oh, is it like that? So now we have then used the 7.7 infrastructure. And yesterday we had a big kickoff in the City Hall in Oslo. I don't remember how many different actors, but the public, private, agriculture, yeah, whatsoever. And we did agree, okay, let's work together under this umbrella or this neutral platform and try to get effect of all we're doing and planning to do together. So that's actually, it's possible. Okay, there has been some interest internationally for this methodology. So we have had two visitors from the C40 network, and they are now analyzing, thinking, shall we try to apply the methodology as a testbed in one of our cities, not the whole city, but specific areas. So that's going to be very interesting, because we need experience, more experience. And of course, Oslofjorden will give much experience how to handle very different actions. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Okay, summing up. As you see what we tried to say here, we are very different, all of us. As this visualization tried to say, young, old, yeah, whatsoever. But in the Pådriv context, we are all alike. That's why they are just all of them. The managing director is so big. The man from the street is so big, so we're all alike. And we all in the Pådriv context have the possibility to contribute. So much, either with our work, money, whatsoever. So it's a platform that, in a way, invites the contribution to everybody. Still a long way to go, I can assure you, but we are on our way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Åsmund. And I have to ask you, what is the most important thing about the methodology? Yeah, thank you. So that was a difficult one. You have adopted.
I think the equality perspective, so that people feel that this is a methodology which is equal for everyone. Because very many of these project places or arenas, there are asymmetric conditions. And asymmetric conditions is a bad thing when we want to join forces and get the best out of everybody. So equality, I think, is important.
Yes. And do you think this is a way of working in a Nordic-Baltic context?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is international. I mean, and it's rather general. I mean, as you saw the projects, they are very different. Same methodology. So I think it can be used to not whatsoever, but at least in urban transformation, urban sustainable development is very suitable.
Thank you so much.